Hi guys, welcome to my very first Product Feature Friday. This week we'll be talking about Flipboard, an iOS app which is also available on Windows Mobile, Android and BlackBerry. This isn't going to be a full-on tutorial, more of an overview of what Flipboard can do for you. So in a nutshell, Flipboard is a personal digital magazine. It pulls in information from all over the internet and presents them in a very attractive digital format that you can read at your leisure. Also create your own magazines for reading by clients, staff, friends, family, etc. So as I mentioned, it's available from the App Store for free. I've downloaded it already and I've launched it, as you can see. This is the default screen you'll get when you open the application up. You have two options. You can either log in if you have an account already created, or you can sign up for an account using the blue button at the bottom. I've already created an account, so I'll log in now. Okay, just to clarify, you can use Flipboard in portrait or landscape, depends on your own preferences. I tend to prefer portrait normally, but it's much easier to see on a normal screen this overview in landscape format, so that's the way I'm going to present it today. Now the view you're seeing at the moment is the default layout that Flipboard give you. They've pre-populated my feeds with some of their own at the moment, so technology, news, Flipboard pics, etc. are feeds that Flipboard have put in for me. The Twitter and CHNO technology feeds are my Twitter and Facebook feeds. The cover story section at the top is an amalgamation of all of the other feeds put into one, and it's almost like an index page, if you like. Now jumping into the Twitter feed, that gives you a much better idea of what Flipboard does for you. You can see on that page there that the ones down the right hand side are generally tweets that have no links to them, just a bit of text that people have put up onto Twitter. Okay, so if I jump down a few pages, there's an article here. Now basically this is if you look at the bottom left hand corner, is a tweet, as you can see by the symbol, from Stephen McGill an hour ago, and he's retweeted it from Tom Warren. Now Tom has obviously put this text, this idiot paid £450 for a photo of an Xbox One, with a link. Now that link obviously is for this particular article on the Nottingham Post website, and that's what Flipboard does. It takes the links behind the posts on Twitter and in blogs, and it gives you that information without you having to go off to Safari or Chrome or whatever application, whatever browser you use. Now you have the ability to read that, but on top of that, you also have the option to make a comment on the person who tweeted that straight back to them, or you can retweet it yourself. You can favourite it, or you can share it through one of the other methods. So you've got email, message, Facebook, Twitter and Google+. The last symbol on the right hand side is the plus sign. Now this is where you're allowed to, or you're able to create your own magazine. So if I click the plus button, this is now going to ask me for a new magazine title. So I'm just going to create a magazine called Test. You need to put a category on for it, so we're just going to put it as Tech and create that magazine. So this article has now been flipped into my magazine called Test. Now I can share that magazine with whoever I want to. I can email it to them, and they can find it. So now I jump back to my main screen and go into the flag symbol. You'll see here I have this magazine called Test. If I go into that, this is the one thing I don't quite understand, why I need to subscribe to my own magazines. You'd expect my own magazine would be subscribed to automatically, but hey ho. So I'll subscribe to that. Now I can go into the news section and I can flick through that, and there may be something else in here that I want to add to my own magazine. So let's flip that one. Now here it's asking me which magazine I want to flip it into. Now I may have more than one magazine. In this instance I don't, so I'll add it to my test magazine again. Okay. So just to look in my magazine. There it is. Okay, I'm just going to flip back to the Mac. Okay, if we jump back across to the Mac and go to Chrome or Safari, whichever browser you prefer, and go to share.flipboard.com, if you then drag the Flip It button up to your bookmarks bar, which I've done already, we can then go to any website we wanted to. So say I've gone to this website, and this particular article I thought was quite interesting and could probably use being in my magazine. If I click the Flip It button, it then gives me a selection as to which image I want to do. Now I'm just going to skip this step and it'll pick one automatically. I have only one magazine. I may have more than one, but in this case I have one. Click the test magazine, click add, and it's been added. Okay, so now I'm going to jump back to the iPad again. My iPad, the test magazine is still there, but the image isn't the last image that was added, which is what I'd expect. So if I click the refresh button in the bottom left hand corner, all of my magazines should be refreshed, and there it is. So because I didn't add an image, there is no image attached to that article. But the text from the article's there. Now if I click the view original article, it'll take me to the website that I took that flip from. And as before, I have the share button in the top right now. So I can mail that link to whoever. Now as you can see, I've added the Cool Photography Stuff magazine by Scott Kelby. This is a great magazine for showing you what Flipboard's capable of. Basically, this magazine is one that's curated by Scott Kelby, a very famous American photographer. And he adds articles to his magazine from all over the internet, so from different blogs. So Scott, in this case, has added these articles from Digital Camera 101 and also from Flickr. And they come from all over the place. And it's a way of curating a lot of information into one place for people who have the same interest to look at. So jumping back to the main menu, if you go to the red flag, this is your discovery area. So this section in the middle is where you can go and find other magazines. So if we go into sport, for example, it'll have a lot of different magazines that you can select. So you can go into the magazines, have a look at them. If it's something you're interested in, you can subscribe to it. If it's an article you want to flip to your own magazine, you can flip it to your own magazine. I hope that's given you a good indication of what Flipboard can do and how you might be able to use it. If you've got any questions for me on how best to use it, or you need some tips, by all means give me a call, send me an email, tweet to me, anything you want. I've got all the contact information on the website www.chno.co.uk. Thanks for listening. Look forward to speaking to you again soon.